It's Tuesday stitch time. Grab your hook and yarn. We're making something cozy, cute and warm. New stitch, new trick, let's learn today. Easy steps, I'll guide the way. Whether you're new or stitching pro, come along, let's hook and go.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pseudo's Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. I do not have Brownie Bear in here co-hosting with me today. It's been a pretty dreary day. Had rain off and on by my house today. I'm not feeling all that great, but I did want to get on here today and get this Tuesday stitch tutorial done for you. The one I'm doing today is the half double crochet moss stitch. And it's a very easy one row repeat. I will tell you the multiple. You can use it for everything. Depending on your hook size, it could look lacy, it could look nice and tight stitched. I've already attached my yarn. I'm using a 6mm crochet hook. This is a Susan Bates crochet hook. So it's an inline. It's a multiple of 2 plus 1. So you want to chain up a multiple of 2 and then add 1. So I'm going to go ahead and chain up 14 and then I'll add my 1 to make it 15. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, there's my multiple of 2. I've got 14. I'm going to go ahead and add 1 more to make 15. Okay, and then I'm going to place 1 half double crochet into the third chain from the hook. So we're not going to count the one on the hook. We're going to count the one right down from it, the next one, and we're going to go into that next one on here. You're going to yarn over, go through either one or both of the loops. The second loop is the center cross part. If you can't grab that, that's fine. You'll pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. You'll yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And then you're going to chain 1. We're going to skip 1. Skip the one next to it. Going to yarn over and go into that next chain to do another half double crochet. So yarn over, go into that next, skip a stitch, go into the next one, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. All 3. Chain 1. Again, skip a chain, go into the next one, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, you'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. My fingers will let me do that right this minute. And that is the repeat down to the last stitch. So chain 1, yarn over, skip the next stitch or chain, go into the next chain, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, 1, 2, 3, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1, skip the next chain, yarn over and go into the next chain. Pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1, skip the next chain, yarn over, go into the next, skip 1 chain, go into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1, skip this next one and go into the last chain. So however many multiples you did, you will always end with one skipped chain, and the last stitch chain will be a double crochet. I'm going to go into that one, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And that is row 1. So it's very similar to the single moss stitch, only you're doing half double crochets instead. Now we're going to chain 2. So 1 and 2, turn your work. We're going to skip that first half double crochet, and into the chain 1 space we're going to half double crochet. So yarn over, go into that chain 1 space, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, waiting for it to catch up to me, and pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1, and you'll just keep repeating that all the way down to the end. Yarn over, go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Chain 1. Do not forget to chain 1, because you need that space when you go back on the next row to put your half double crochets. Yarn over, go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Chain 1. Now, I did not mention this before, and I'm so sorry that I did not, but when you are starting row 1, you will, if you're not sure on how to find the turning chain, you'll want to mark that chain right below the one on the hook, because you will be going into the top of that at the very end to make your last half double crochet. So I will show you how to find that if you did not mark that. And again, I'm sorry I forgot to mention that. But I'll show you how you can find that here when I get down to the end here. So yarn over, go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Chain 1, yarn over, go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1, yarn over. Now this is the actual last physical chain 1 space right here, right before the turning chain. So I'm going to go into that one, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Chain 1. Now we will need to find the turning chain. So this part right here is the top of the very first half double crochet. So right down below that, you should be able to see like a turned V, and you'll want to go into that stitch, that chain right there. It sometimes can be a little tricky if you did not mark it, especially from the first row. But I will do my best here. So this piece here is right below that other one, and then I'm going to pull it back a little bit, and then on the other side you want to make sure that you grab both of those loops, and you can see here I've got both. Yarn over, pull up the loop, you'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. And that ends row 2. Now row 2 is the repeat row. So we're going to chain 2 again. 1, 2. And then we're going to turn our work. And we're going to go into each one of the chain 1 spaces and half double crochet. And then again, I'll show you on the end of working row 3 at the end, how to find that turning chain if you did not mark it with a stitch marker. Again, I do apologize. I did not mention that at the beginning, and I should have. Unfortunately, I did not. So, all right, let's go ahead here and get this first half double crochet done. Chain 1. We're going to go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1. Alright, I'm just going to meet you down at the other end here. This is a very nice stitch if you want something a little bit more open. It does give a little bit more open look to it, so if you don't want something tight like a single crochet moss stitch gives you, you can use this instead of the double crochet, because there is another version of this with the double crochet as well, and I'll do that on another day. But there are several different types of moss stitches. So we're going to yarn over, go into, make sure, okay, I did chain 1. I'm going to go and pull up a loop from that next chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1, yarn over, go into the next chain 1 space. Now if you want this to look a little tighter, you could use a smaller hook than the recommended hook size. Now I'm probably using a bigger hook for this yarn because it is an acrylic 4-weight yarn. I could have probably used a 5.5 or a 5, but I wanted to show you what it would look like if you used a larger hook. Okay, so there's chain 1, yarn over, going into the last chain 1 space, yarn over, go through all 3 loops on your hook, chain 1. Alright, now for finishing row 3, it is a little easier to find where the top of the turning chain is. So this part right here is the top of the first half double crochet in the chain 1 space. That little V that's right off to the side underneath of it is the top of your turning chain. Don't forget to yarn over. You're going to go into that top of that chain, the turning chain. Make sure to grab both loops. See, if you turn it, you can kind of see the top of that last half double crochet there. And right below that is the top of the turning chain. Go ahead and make sure you're through both loops. Pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. And that is the end of row 3. Again, you'll just keep repeating this until you have the desired size. Again, it's great for everything: blankets, scarves, blankets, scarves, wraps, hats, you name it. Washcloths, probably. If you've got some kind of bumpy yarn, it would be great for like doing the scrubby yarn with, because you're not going into actual stitches, you're going into spaces. That's one thing I don't like about the scrubby yarn. That's got like it's acrylic or cotton blend, and it's called scrubby yarn or scrub it, and it's not a smooth. It's like it's got fringe on it. I do not like going into actual stitches with it, but if I pair it with another yarn, this would be a great stitch to use with that, to make a nice scrubby for the kitchen or bathroom, or I wouldn't use it as a washcloth if you use scrubby yarn like that. But I'm going to go ahead and do one more row with you. So we're going to chain 2. And if you're new to crochet and you want to make sure you know where to find that chain, the top of the turning chain, mark that stitch right below the one on your hook, and then turn your work, yarn over, and go into that first chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, chain 1, go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, chain 1. This is a very easy pattern if you want just something that you can sit and watch TV and not have to worry about, if you miss a stitch, because you're just looking for spaces. So, all right, I did chain 1. We're going to go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. I'm getting tongue-tied. Oh, I do apologize for that. Chain 1, yarn over into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Chain 1, yarn over into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1. Again, it's a very easy repeat. You just keep doing this again until you have the size that you want. Go into yarn over, go into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1. Again, now I did not mark this. This is the last stitch, but we don't go into that one. We go into the turning chain, which is right below that. So we're going to yarn over this one right here and across from it on the other side. Do the best you can. Sometimes it doesn't want to go through. It wants you to fight with it. You can also try to make your loops, your chains a little bit bigger than you normally would. That's up to you. I don't like to do that because it kind of gives the tension goes a little bit when you do that. But if you need it just so you can see that turning chain, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, yarn over and go through all 3. And that is going to be it for today's tutorial. I will be having next week, Tuesday, will be the tutorial for the electric slide blanket. So keep a lookout for that. I will have time this week to work on the border and get the pattern finished with the written instructions and up available for purchase on my merch site. You can purchase that before the video actually gets released if you want to. And then, of course, the video will be released on Tuesday. I will probably come out once I know exactly how much yarn you're going to need for your black or whatever dark color that you want to use, your white, and then, of course, I already know that you're going to need 1 color of each of the neons. If you don't want to use the neon coloring, you want to use something different, that's fine too. But I used probably about half of maybe about half of each of the neon colors. I only repeated the color twice, those colors twice, so that's something you can look into. Tomorrow I will be coming to you with the new sales with Premier Yarns for the week. I do know that they came out with a brand new yarn today, and it's not brand new, but it is because it's in smaller quantities. But they came out with a new color pack for the everyday DK anti-pilling yarn. They have 2 different boxes. They have a darker color box and then like a pastel box. I'm really hoping that I could get those. Maybe they'll go on sale soon, within the next couple weeks. We'll see. But here is what this looks like up close. You can see that. Like I said, if you want to make it look a little tighter together, you could always use a smaller hook. Whichever hook you like to use, that's fine. Because it's not, unless you're creating something and doing gauge with it and all that, you don't really have to use the recommended hook for yarn that they recommend on the label, I should say. Because the bigger the hook, the lacier it's going to look and more open. So if I were to go up to, like, say a 7, this would even look a lot more, the gaps would be bigger between. So All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm sorry that it was so late today. My husband was off from going out in the field yesterday due to Memorial Day, and then I wasn't really feeling good this afternoon towards the end of my shift. I actually made myself some cucumber mint tea that's available at HEB. I don't even know if that says that on here. No, it just says HEB. Oh, sorry about that, guys. And ladies. Ladies and guys, because my stomach's just a little queasy. There's some stuff that happened at the house yesterday, and I did something that probably shouldn't have done, so my stomach is revolting from that, so, yeah. I'm gonna get this uploaded. Now, I don't have any other video for tomorrow right now, but other than the premiere online sales, which won't be available until after I'm done working, obviously, because when it's released, I'm still working. So once I'm done working, I'll get that up for you guys as soon as possible, so you guys can see what goodies what goodies are on sale next week. I cannot believe that June is just around the corner. This year is flying by, like I feel like it always does, but hey, that's just, that's just how it feels, unfortunately, when you get older. So, alright, if you like today's video, please give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content and haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and then the notification bell so you're always aware of when I put out new content. Until next time, I hope you all stay safe, stay warm or cool, and happy crocheting. Bye-bye.